Energy is obtained by nutrition. That's how this rhyme will tell our mission. To tell all about the digestive system, let's start with your digestive tract. It begins with your mouth, and that's a fact. Teeth and tongue chop up the food you eat. Mechanical digestion you just can't beat. When you want to make the food easier to go down the esophagus or food tube, bro, before you swallow, there's one more thing. Saliva dissolves starch chemically and uses an enzyme to go down rhythmically, and it goes on in your mouth while you're stuffing your face. Digestion extracts energy originally. Smooth muscles push that food through after you swallow, through the esophagus, a tube that's hollow. Peristalsis it's called. Even when you're upside down, food falls into the stomach, contains a chemical coated with mucus, protects it very well. Enzyme pepsin digests proteins at amino acid terminals like tyrosine. One more step to complete digestion. Food goes from stomach to the small intestine. Word.
Liver makes bile stored in the gallbladder. This all happens in the small intestine, a very important matter. Bile acts by destroying fat. Food finally hydrolyzed. Can you hear that? Lining contains lots of villi inside or capillaries. Can you figure out why nutrients are transported by the bloodstream? Takes it to the cells. System work as a team. Remember, other system is circulatory. Gives the cells energy, but that's another story. Food dried of nutrients now, but still lots of water. Reabsorption in the large intestine is a direct order. Forms it into waste. Feces is quake. Stored in the rectum till you make a number 2. Animals that need to eat are called heterotrophs. Plants make food from the sun and called autotrophs. It's photosynthesis, an entirely different process. If I explain that right now, man, it would be a mess. If you know how and why we need to eat, that's cool. Make the right choices. Don't be no fool. Food eventually enters your blood from your head to your feet. That food becomes, and you are what you eat.
Harry.
The Science Guy.
Okay, see, when you eat food, it gets chomped up by your teeth, which is mechanical weathering of the food, or digestion, as it's called in the digestive system. And then the tongue levels out the food in your mouth, and then saliva breaks down the food, and the salivary glands are where saliva is produced. And then it goes down your throat, which is also your okay. And then to make sure the food doesn't go into the windpipe, there's something called the epiglottis, which makes sure it goes into the esophagus down to the stomach and doesn't go into your lungs. And then from the epiglottis, it goes down into the esophagus, which squeezes, and then it goes into the stomach, which has gastrical juices, which is basically the amino acids and hydrochloric acids. And then that's basically it. And then it gets hit by some intestinal gases as it goes on through the system. Yeah. Well, we covered all these, so now it's on to these. This is the liver. See, basically, it's the largest and heaviest organ in the digestive system, and it eliminates nitrogen and breaks down substances. This is the pancreas. It's a triangular organ that produces enzymes that go into the small intestine. The enzymes produce proteins that speed up the chemical reactions in living things. And basically, the pancreas also has pancreatic juices. And the liver makes bile, which is then stored in the gallbladder. After the food goes through the esophagus, stomach, and then it goes down into the small intestine. Basically, in the small intestine, the food is digested the most. And basically, it got its name from its diameter, not how big it is, because the small intestine is larger than the large intestine. And basically, after it goes through the small intestine, it goes into the large intestine, and nutrients are absorbed. And then in the large intestine, there are villi, which are basically like finger things, and they take out all the water and nutrients. And then it's all waste, and the villi also take out the water, and then it's gone out through the rectum/anus. Sorry, we missed some parts. So, here's the pancreas. It's a triangular organ that produces enzymes that go into the small intestine. Enzymes are proteins that help speed up chemical reactions in living things. Here is the liver. It's the largest and heaviest organ in the body, and it eliminates nitrogen and breaks down substances. And it also produces bile that goes into the gallbladder.
You've just witnessed Harry
The Science Guy.
Harry
The Science Guy.